in effect around Sebring as well. Let me come over here to the velocity product. We've got a couple different areas where we could have enough rotation to produce a tornado. The most impressive one is definitely going to be right
So
here.
I recently took off from St. Lucie, Florida, and I'm heading westbound right now, and I'm pretty much, I believe, over top of Lake Okeechobee. There it is here on the map, and there are just so many tornado warnings out right now for the entire south area of Florida. It's incredible.
This is what these things look like today. It's not your average tropical tornadoes, okay?
Okay, I just rolled the plane
as well, just to see what he's up to.
Okay, let me see if I can get it out.
What are you doing out there?
I had it on, see if I can get her straight.
Shortly, I think, as soon as he hears that.
I had the autopilot on, and she went right into a roll. First time I've ever had that happen. I mean, she just rolled right over.
The tornado situation is the predecessor event this time, I guess.
That was incredible.
Hurricane landfall. They are.
I lost all kinds of altitude. I think I was almost up at 6,000 feet, and I'm at 2,700 feet now. Let's turn around and see what we had behind us. It's kind of hard to see.
We've got some cloudy ground lightning showing up there. I'm going to show you a closer view of this. This is from the Florida Department of Transportation. And then we've also got some storm chasers out there as well.
Really turbulent right here. So I hit something, I'm not sure what it was, but it definitely turned me, it rolled me with my autopilot on. That's incredible. And there are several tornadoes going on right now around the Fort Pierce area, Fort Lucie, Okeechobee. I'm still flying westbound. So I'm going to try to put my autopilot back on, see if she'll hold.
Huge shout out to Aaron. Thank you for that, man. And thanks to everybody for tuning in. Like, we're already almost at 200,000 viewers, and we just started the coverage.
I've got Ryan Hall live on right now, who's a YouTube weather guy who covers all the tornadoes and hurricanes and stuff. One of the best on the internet, and they've got storm chasers everywhere, and they're reporting all the live tornado action is going on right now. So you can see behind me the tops now. Can't even see the tops. I was kind of flying in and out of the clouds there for a while, but then it just went, the clouds are just kind of way up there now. I mean, I can't even see the tops for some of them anymore.
And it's moving up towards Fort Drum. Like we said earlier, it's going to go past the Fort Drum.
But that was that was first for me. I've never had the plane roll over with the autopilot on. I mean, it kicked the autopilot off, but it put me into a spin, which I really didn't want to be in with this particular airplane, but it didn't get into a flat spin. My goodness. So we're right over top of the lake, Okeechobee right now. I'm heading to the, as you can see here, I'm heading to the west side. So the airport we're heading to right now is Clewiston, Florida, called the Everglades. I'm going to leave the map up. I normally don't do that. I'll leave the map up just
keep that in mind. I
have a
really think
reference.
this is something that you guys need to take seriously. It's going to go up just to the west of the River Ranch Property Owners
My
Association.
dashboard
If
is
you know where that is, it's
fairly
Lake
dark,
Shore. It's also
so
going to pass by the Fly,
I don't know if I
Jive,
can get this
Fly
lit up or
airports.
not. We'll see.
This is
Up a
wild.
little bit.
This is wild. We still have a bunch of tornado warnings down here around Fort Myers, and I've got a lot of people
Yeah, that
asking about
kind of
Fort
lit it up
Myers
a
right
little
now.
bit better.
We've got a bunch of tornado warnings.
So it's smooth right here
around
over
Fort
the lake.
Myers. Fort Myers, Florida is
Just
not
kind of funny.
under a tornado warning right now. The downtown
Visibility
area,
around
places
the lake
just to
has
the
really
east, like River
improved.
Hall, are under a tornado warning, but downtown Fort
And you
Myers
can
is
start
not.
to see the tops now.
Florida, you guys
But
are
back
under a
behind
tornado
me is
warning.
just,
This is a radar
it's
indicated
just
tornado
monstrous.
warning, and it's going to go
Just
until
goes way up.
145. Let's see here. Additionally, we've got this one over here that includes Lee County, Florida. That's going to go until 145 as well. Let's go all the way up here to this one that includes Avon Park. That's going to go until 145. That's for Hardy and
Never seen this
County.
many tornadoes at one
That's a
time
pretty serious
being
situation.
reported.
Everybody in Charlie Creek
I
and
don't know
Avon
what the
Park
count
take
is
shelter.
that he's got down
But I
there,
think that once
but
again,
it's a lot.
pretty,
It's a lot.
Serious storm also on the way to the Indian Lake Estates area as well. And then this storm that
So
we're
I'm
looking
gonna
at
try
here,
to do a climb
through
again,
our
get a
camera,
little higher.
in the number one slot, is still producing a tornado warning, and that's where our confirmed tornado warning is coming from. Actually, this is the storm that's prompted the confirmed tornado warning for Indian River and St. Lucie counties.
So St. Lucie, let me see if I can, yeah, St. Lucie's right back here. Almost directly behind me on the on the East Coast.
We need everybody in Yeehaw Junction to get ready.
This is my icon right here. Again, we're right on the
Once again, I've shown
northwest section of Lake Okeechobee.
Today. The reason why we're taking these tornado warnings so seriously is because some of these have been large damaging tornadoes. Not all of
The
them
hurricane's not even hit land yet.
Not all of them are going to be this big, but this is
Supposed to hit land tonight, this evening, I believe. And it's definitely not looking good for the Tampa area, which is right all in this area here. There's Fort Myers. Fort Myers has already had confirmed tornadoes. Here's Punta Gorda. Punta Gorda also had tornadoes touch the ground. Where am I heading? A little bit more to the north.
We just got a new tornado warning for Palm Beach, Florida.
So Palm Beach, Florida just got tornado warning.
And that is a pretty significant situation as well. Pretty strong rotation here. This includes the JW Corbett Wildlife Management Area.
Anyway, you can see how Microsoft weather, live weather, generates. It constantly changes, but it's taking readings. It gets its readings from data, and it'll transform it into the weather that we're seeing right now. So it's not exact, but it does give you a pretty good representation about what the clouds are like and the storms around it.
Nick says, my family's in Polk County, Florida. Thanks for the live coverage. No problem. We're going to be here for a while because I really do think we're at the beginning
So we're just starting to get to the
this whole midweek
western
plan
edge of
started
Lake
this straight day
Okeechobee.
until 4 p.m. And we ended up starting at at noon because we've got all of these tornadoes going on right now. Currently, we have 7 tornado warnings, and I'm going to go through all of them one by one right now.
So they have 7
Just so everybody's up to date.
warnings right now. It's
First of all,
1:30 in the afternoon.
right now is the confirmed tornado warning in Collier and Hendry counties of Florida. In chat, how many people do we have in Collier and Hendry counties of Florida? Do we have people watching down here? If so, then we need to make sure that we are getting in our safe spots right now.
I think we'll level off right
Because
here.
this
Boy,
is
that
a
one
confirmed
developed quick.
tornado
Look at that one.
on the ground
That top's going up
near
quick.
Deep Lake, and it's moving up towards I-75. Okay, if you know where the tornado Bear Island campground is near I-75, that's where the tornado's going. It's heading there.
All right, so we'll level off here.
For Martin and St.
We're
Lucie
about
counties in Florida.
4,000.
How many tornado warnings they've been under today, I don't know. But that's going to be for this storm. This is a live view of the storm that has prompted that latest tornado warning. Definitely looks like a tornadic storm cell.
There she goes again.
Too far away to know for sure exactly what's going on underneath the mesocyclone there, but it's certainly a problem. So we've got to take shelter. These are dangerous.
I had never had that happen.
Not sure what's going on.
Again, that
but this is live.
whatever that weather was right there,
Which is also under a tornado.
I just lost about 2,000 feet. It knocked the autopilot off.
Actually, is this Chandra? Is this on? Where is this? Is this on I-95 or what?
That's the craziest stuff I've ever seen. See if I can
from a camera in Indian River County, Florida.
lock the autopilot
Tornadic part
back
of the
on.
storm is actually near the Florida Turnpike right now, and it's going up towards the Vero Beach Senior High School. All right, so if you know where the Vero Beach Senior High School is, that's where this tornado is going.
All right,
this
so I
camera
think
is
my
actually on the
autopilot
turnpike. So if there is a tornado that goes by here,
is not
we
not
might be able to see it, but
responding
it looks
well.
like we might have lost. Oh no, it's just there. You can't really see anything, so it looked like it was frozen there for a second. All right, let's go check in on our latest tornado warning. We got, my goodness, man, another tornado warning.
Trying to see where my trim is.
What is
My
this?
trim
The
seems to be
Alpata
way off.
Flats.
Let's see here.
Wildlife management area. This is also including Southwest Martin Highway and almost over to North River Shores. All right, and this is a pretty dangerous storm. We've got radar indicated rotation, right? But this signature.
I'm rolling trim back
has
way
led to
back
an
right now.
actual tornado multiple times today. So I would not be surprised if we saw another tornado touch down.
All right, let's see if we can lock in now.
Into the west of Tropical
Get the heading
Park
bug
in
neutral.
Florida, and then that's going to go right up past the Indiantown Airport, and then eventually up towards I-95 near Becker Road. Take shelter now. Right before that, let's see here. What's another one? There's so many. Currently have 8 tornado warnings. I'm going to go walk us through all of them here if I can. Arcadia, we are still under a tornado warning in Arcadia. However, the big rotation that we were looking at there has let up a little bit. That doesn't mean that it's not going to come back. So if we are in Arcadia,
All right, she seems like she's trying to roll back to the heading I had her in place. And she did lock altitude at 2,400 feet. That's the second time that happened. Just completely rolled the airplane. I heard the stall indicator, I think, went off
Thanks, Ryan.
right before it happened.
Tornadoes from the tornado warning storm east of Frostproof,
So
Florida.
it's
is,
definitely
on the
unstable
ground from the Melbourne
air,
area.
even on the simulator.
Correlation coefficient, even just briefly, I did think that the storm had a chance to produce another tornado since that was the one that impacted the town of Florida earlier, so I would be watching that one closely. I think it was a brief tornado, but I do think that this one was just now producing another tornado. We may see an upgrade to that warning as a result.
All right, thank you so much, Andy. And it looks like the rotating part of the storm.
All right, so I'm going to try to climb back up.
Tornado County is going over the turnpike right now. We can see the rapid motion of the clouds, likely a tornado right there in front of those vehicles on the Florida Turnpike. So once again, a confirmed tornado warning over here for Indian River, Okeechobee, and St. Lucie counties. This is a live look at that. And then we just got a new tornado warning for, let's see here, Glades and Highlands counties in Florida as well. This is going to be for the Fort Center and Lakeport area.
So I have a little bit of an issue with
warning here soon for Okeechobee for the
what you would think would be stuttering. I'm looking at the ground, and the ground's not stuttering. But if you look at the prop on the airplane, it's not doing a constant motion. It's kind of jerking around with it. So I'm sure that's something to do with the simulator itself. But it's really not stuttering. I'm surprised.
Get ready, Okeechobee also. All of these rotating storms are moving up towards the Port St. Lucie area.
Arcadia, Florida, our westernmost tornado warning here. One of the
So I turned the mic off just for a little bit there. I had to go get some water.
Stretched out and produced
My throat was getting so bad. We're getting into the western side of Florida now, so you can see the weather is getting even worse. Look out over the horizon.
It's pinched off. And then,
still has some pretty decent visibility, but look right over here. You can see this system over here is building up.
This morning as a result. I'm not sure how long this tornado will last. Usually, once these situations don't last that long, so hopefully it does not end up.
And you can hear the wind blowing pretty good. I'm not sure if I can get a MEDAR or not. Let's see.
As we're watching these big bands of storms today, as they
what we
approach
got
your area,
here.
we are going to be looking at supercells, and then also kind of embedded supercellular structures like this. Anytime you see the little, we'll call them dangly bits, you really have got to be concerned on a day
We'll
like today
check the
about
LaBelle
the ability
Municipal.
for some spin to get going down here and for there to be a tornado, because it doesn't take a
It
lot.
doesn't look like there's any. No, there's no MEDAR available right now, so which doesn't surprise me.
Scraping the ground, you get a little bit of vorticity in there, and you get a.
But it's
really good
1:40
upgrade, and now you've got yourself
PM.
tornadoes, and that's going to be able to produce pretty significant damage as they go across several counties and areas in Florida today. This is a live look in Indian River County.
So anyway, I just wanted to kind of go up and get an eyeball on what how the weather was developing on Microsoft compared to what was actually out there. Obviously, so there's some wicked shit going on because, like I said, that's 2 times I had this plane roll while it was on autopilot, just completely rolled over on its back. So luckily it didn't go into a bad spin. So I'm going to go ahead and look for a place to put down, see what we got here.
All the way up there towards the Blue Cypress resource
We're pretty
conservation area.
close
And
to,
all of you guys need to be getting into your safe spots right now. Once again, if you're just now tuning in, you haven't heard me talk about this yet. Get into your safe spot. What does that mean? A lot of people in Florida don't have basements, right? So you would get to the lowest floor of whatever
trying to look
you're
at
in.
something's
And
got
you
some
would get
runway
to the
here.
most interior room of that.
I really don't
floor.
want to go
So an internal
that way,
bathroom
if I can
inside
help
wall,
it.
something without windows, something without glass.
So I
that
think
doesn't
we'll
have any
go
outside facing walls.
south.
And you want
So
to
let's go
protect
ahead and
your
go
head.
to
The
Lavelle.
only way that you're going to get hurt in a situation like this is flying debris landed on your head. You got a helmet? Wear it. Sounds ridiculous, but it could save your life. Additionally, you want to put on closed-toed shoes. Don't be in a rush to get into the safe spot and then forget to put on shoes. You might have to
See if we
evacuate.
can find it up here.
And it's damaged, and now you've got to walk over splintered wood, glass, or whatever it is. So keep that in mind and make sure you are taking that with you into your shelter. There's our warning. Harding and Polk counties in Florida now under a tornado warning. It's an extension.
So I'm not
of
seeing
the
Lavelle
warning
Airport
that
here
included
coming up on the system.
Okay,
So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and
right up towards the Cruz Homestead Ranch Airport. And Andy's got an update for us. Go ahead, Andy.
Yeah, Ryan, just like the Collier
get our
County
heading
storm
book.
I called out earlier that became a confirmed tornado, called it out before it
We'll
was
do a
warned, so that
9-degree
was
turn
good.
to the left,
We
at
do
least get us
see
in the direction
another onward storm
of
that's just
Lavelle.
outside of this tornado warning here in southern Florida, headed up towards I-75. This one is just east of the tornado warning that's there. And I also think there's a chance the one to the south and east, just south of Highway 41, could also be warned. Both of these supercells are exhibiting rotation
And we'll start coming down.
at lower levels. So I do think we'll see a couple more tornado warnings here, including eastern Collier County and into southern and southeastern Hendry County in Florida.
All right, thank you so much, meteorologist Andy Hill. We've got a tornado warning right now for Immokalee and also for Collier and Hendry counties, and the rotation is going over Interstate 75 right now. But Andy just pointed out to us that there's 2 more areas of rotation that we've really got to keep an eye on here around the Big Cypress National Reserve or Preserve. This is one of those areas near Highway 41. Another one's going to go right up towards Interstate 75 here. So we need to be getting ready.
So we're kind of getting down into the scud area now. Definitely looks like there's some tops to it.
Additionally, I want to
Let's
go
see,
back
we're
to
at
some of the warnings we haven't talked
we're at
about.
4,000 feet,
9 minutes.
a little higher,
This one,
and I think you can kind of see the tops along here. I mean the bottom of this system right here. We'll keep heading down. We're heading toward the airport.
That doesn't mean that we can't. That doesn't mean that the warning's over, okay? We need you to stay in your safe spot in Martin County, Florida. All right, it's been 7 minutes since we have talked about this one over here.
All right, so
and
I'm going
this
to
is
go
a
ahead
pretty
and turn
serious situation right now. Near
autopilot
the
off.
Fish Heating Creek Wildlife Refuge. We've likely got a tornado coming together or on the ground, and it's moving up into more northern
Get a decent descent going here.
Highlands counties in Florida. So take shelter.
There's a
now
river
if you're
right below
over
us.
there. And of course, we just got another new tornado warning. We've got 10 active tornado warnings right now. That most
All right, I
recent
can see
one
the airport now
includes the
down
town
below
of
us.
Okeechobee. A new tornado
So we'll
warning
just
has
kind of
been
do
issued.
some circles
And another
and land down at
just
Lavelle.
another one. So now Okeechobee is under a tornado warning. So how many people do we have watching right now in the town of Okeechobee?
You can see the runway off my down below my left
hand.
hand.
Dangerous zone for you. And then also downstream in Dixie Ranch and Eagle Island, y'all need to take shelter as well.
And we'll
Okay,
get a
and then
little
that
call.
even more recent warning that we just got there is going to be for areas farther to the south. This is exactly what Andy just called out. So thank you, Andy, for the heads up. We now have a tornado warning for all of these areas in Hendry and Collier counties around Interstate 75, all the way up to the Dinner Island Ranch Wildlife area. One of the
So I think we'll land
areas of
3-2.
rotation is currently over the Bear Island campground. The other one, and probably the more significant one, is just to the west of the Caruza Ranch Airport. That's the one that's going to go up towards Interstate 75 and cross Interstate 75 near Carpenter Camp. So please take shelter if you're anywhere near those places. Another area of rotation likely producing a tornado soon near Monument Lake. Another tornado warning for Highlands, Florida. Highlands County, Florida.
So as we're flying through here at this time of the day, 1:40 some, it's just on Ryan Hall's website, YouTube channel. If you want to watch this live with the hurricane and the tornadoes, go to ryanhallyall.com because he covers it the best.
Thanks, Ryan. If I could offer some an additional affirmation of why you should be taking shelter here, that is an incredible signature on the Venus and Placid Lake storm that's very much coming together. Especially in an environment that produces tropical tornadoes like this, it's going to be a relatively stable and constant environment. So when a storm passes through the same area that caused it to previously produce a possible significant tornado, and you see a signature like this on the radar, there's absolutely no reason why it wouldn't produce a significant tornado once again. So I do imagine that this
we'll
is
go downwind
probably
from here.
Just now an ongoing significant tornado in the last few minutes as it's coming together there. So I'd like to offer another source or another emphasis to take action here if you are in those areas, especially if it's confusing because you've already received a warning in those same counties. So I would not be surprised if there was another large and dangerous tornado ongoing right now. From the footage I've already seen today, yeah, it would be very wise to consider calling anyone in the area that you might know, or anyone who has been an evacuee and has gone inland. Then they should also know about this. So make sure you know their whereabouts, and you can call them to give them information, because that is definitely one of the most concerning signatures I've seen this year, I would say. In addition to that, I'm also concerned about this storm that's up north near Alcoma and Highland Park in Florida that's headed into populated areas. It has come together a little bit more in those previous few scans. And I think that as long as it consolidates just a little bit more, which I don't see a reason why it wouldn't, again, the environment is very supportive for it kinematically, thermodynamically. That's why we're seeing this tornado outbreak ongoing, more than likely. I wouldn't be surprised if this does actually drop a tornado right as it goes over the County Road 80 or County Highway 80 there in Alcoma. So please be taking shelter in these warnings.
Thank you so much, meteorologist Andy Hill. This is one of the wildest tropical tornado systems I've ever witnessed here, and I do think that we're still in the beginning stages of it, as we have
a little bumpy down here.
Tornadoes right now. This is an ongoing tornado near the
Cut my base off here just a little bit.
Refuge. Once again, it is extremely
some pretty long runway, so
that anybody over here in
try
Lake
to
Placid,
bleed a
or
little bit
especially
of the
places
speed off
just to the
once we get over the threshold.
Lake Placid, it's extremely important that you guys take shelter right now, and that's for Glades and Highlands counties in Florida. Let's go over.
Wow, that is really bumpy. Come on over, girl. Come on over.
Because we've got such a
that wind is really blowing.
And I know we've got people watching from that area, just from glancing over at chat. Still, we have a lot of rotation here in a potential tornado. Actually, let's just go ahead and say a tornado.
So anyway, we just landed in LaBelle
Conservation Area,
Florida,
to Blue Cypress,
which is the west of Lake Okeechobee and east of the Tampa area.
Warning now for DeSoto and Hardee counties. 10 tornado warnings. All right, so this tornado, make that 11. 11 tornado warnings has been issued. This tornado warning is it includes Wauchula, okay, and Zolfo Springs. We're getting to a point now where things are getting kind of overwhelming, and I don't know. We're trying to cycle through 11 tornado warnings here, so it's important that you listen to what I'm saying. Everybody in Wauchula, Zolfo Springs, and Buchanan in Florida needs to run, not walk, to shelter. Go ahead, Andy.
Thank you, Ryan. Yeah, just to provide an update on the Placid Lakes and Venus, Florida tornado warning that is on the ground now. When I was talking about it a few minutes ago, it was likely on the ground because now I see a debris signature at 7,000 feet above the surface, about 1.5 miles. There's already debris up there from this tornado. So that is going to pass over parts of Highway 27 as probably a significant tornado.
All right, fun.
Right toward that
That
area.
was very
So
interesting.
I expect
It's
this
going to
warning
be
to be upgraded.
kind of cool to
possibly even
rewatch
become
this
an
video
ADS warning.
and see what exactly happened when the plane decided to flip over on its back in normal flight here. So
Meteorologist Andy Hill.
amazing.
I do believe that we're
What kind of weather phenomena they can
and what that means is if you live in
produce
Glades or Highlands counties in Florida,
on a flight sim. Just
or
amazing to me.
a special situation
All
where
right,
it's a tornado
we'll
warning,
talk to you all
take all
later.
those
I hope you're all
seriously,
safe
right?
down there in
This is gonna be
Florida.
a
This is
particularly
insane
dangerous
weather,
situation,
insane.
if this
I hate to
tornado
see this
stays
kind
on
of
the ground for
damage,
any
but I'm
significant
afraid it's
amount of
just only
time.
going to get worse.
Bear Hollow.
Be
Bear
safe.
Hollow, you are in the direct path of this thing. Once again, if you were in the J.H. Henry Farms Airport